here. We're back. Here's how to research a company for a job interview. If you have a job interview today or this week, I got you. Before we jump in, please give me a thumbs up, follow, or subscribe so you'll be the first to know when I drop new content in the interview and career development space. It also helps the algorithm know this is good content, so they'll serve it up to other people looking for it just like you. Let's jump in. 4 areas we're going to talk about today is the website, Wall Street, earnings calls, Glassdoor, and LinkedIn. Let's start with the website. You should always visit the company's website to prepare for a job interview. This is where you can get all the information you can about the company. Specifically, what are their products and services? How do they make money? That's very important when you approach a job interview. You should understand the business fundamentals, why they exist, and how they are serving customers. Now, also want to know who is the target customer. Are they working with other small businesses? Are they selling direct to consumer online? That's very important to understand the business model and again, how they attract and retain customers. Last thing you should find on the company website is the history when it was founded and then the culture and values. You want to make sure that this company that you're interviewing with aligns to your personal values. Get that information from the website. Now let's talk about why it's important to review the most recent earnings call. If it's a publicly traded company, 4 times a year, the CEO and other executives are going to report how they performed over the last 3 months. The great thing about these earnings calls, they're recorded. So you can go back and listen to what they shared on these calls, and you can get a lot of great research. One of the things they'll talk about is their sales, their profits, recent product launches, but a big one is acquisitions. If they've acquired a competitor or a small startup with new technology, if you're able to bring that information to the call, it shows you've done your homework, and that's exactly what you want to do. Now, so we talked about Wall Street. If it's a publicly traded company, go listen to the last 2 earnings calls. Now let's also talk about Glassdoor.com. If you've never been to Glassdoor.com, please, it's a pro tip. It's a website where people that work at the company currently or in the past share their feedback on their experiences. So it's a gold mine of information. You can review just how people view the company overall, the CEO's approval rating. Also, you can get job-specific questions. You can filter for a project manager and see how people, what was their interview experience, which is very, very important. You can also understand about perks, benefits, but the big one is the culture. On Glassdoor, they're going to give you that real. They're going to tell you whether the culture is positive or negative. They're going to give you very specific examples. Always go to Glassdoor to get an understanding of what people are saying, but remember, form your own opinion based on your interview experience, but keep this in mind. So we just talked about Glassdoor. Last place you want to go is LinkedIn. Review the profiles of everyone you're going to interview. See how long they've been with the company, what's been their trajectory, have they gone from specialist to manager to senior manager, so you can visualize how you could potentially progress with the company. Also, look at the company's their profile. So every company that's on LinkedIn has their own profile. So look and see what are they posting about. Have they done any community events or impact? That's very important as you think about researching the company to have current events. Now, why is all this stuff important? So you can ask questions. The worst thing you can do as an interviewee is at the end of the interview, they say, "Hey, Marcus, do you have any questions for me?" And I say, "Nah, I'm good." That shows I'm not engaged. I haven't done my homework. You don't want that to happen. So when you're asked, "Do you have any questions?" you can say, "How would you describe the culture?" That's a great question to ask. Or a current event. You can say, "Well, I just listened to your most recent earnings call and I saw that you made an acquisition of company ABC. How do you think that fits into this role? Would I get an opportunity to help drive some of the sales for the new company?" That changes everything when they see that you cared enough to do your research. Or you can say, "Last week I saw that there was a Habitat for Humanity event that the company led. Would I have the opportunities to volunteer for things like this in my role?" So team, that's the goal. Show you've done your homework. Make sure you look at the company's website to understand the products, services, the history. Listen to the last 2 earnings calls if it's a publicly traded company so that you can see how they perform, their sales, profitability, any recent acquisitions or new product launches. Also go to Glassdoor.com to get that real from people that actually work at the company. You can also get salary range information on Glassdoor. which is very important for negotiating. And then lastly, hit up LinkedIn, review the profiles of everybody that you're going to interview with so that you're prepared. You can see how they've progressed with their career. Look at the company's LinkedIn page to see what they're posting about, how they're making a positive impact in the community. On my channel and profiles, I post interview tips and career advice to help you elevate your game. Make sure you follow, subscribe, and hit that thumbs up for more tips.